2 seconds, 1 second. The Spartans are state champions for the first time in school history. McLaughlin the rebound. The clock hits 0. The Spartans are state champions.
Homestead will win the victory bell for the first time in school history.
Goody to the basket, goes up and throws it down. Boom shakalaka, pick another SAC Holiday Tournament crown.
You're watching Homestead High School Media, your source for Spartan athletics.
Live from Homestead High School, tonight features a non-conference matchup between the Columbia City Eagles and the Homestead Spartans. It's high school boys basketball from Spartan Arena. Hello everyone, I'm Ashton Ackman. We are just about 10 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's game, and let's begin with the Locker Report pregame show. And this team is coming off a 1-1 split over the weekend with a loss on Friday against the Slander Panthers. That was a game to watch as we had an amazing buzzer beater right at the end of the game. A 3/4 court shot from John Bards Jr., an absolutely amazing sight to see nonetheless. And then on Saturday, the team faced the East Noble Knights out at East Noble. Tonight, though, we should have a good matchup and see the team come off with a win. The Columbia City Eagles are 6-7 in Class 4A and are currently on a 2-game win streak after defeating Huntington North on Saturday. We have a lot of pregame stuff to get to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for carryout by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwave or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead athletic coverage on our station.
Welcome back to Homestead boys basketball coverage as we continue on in the Locker Report pregame show. Lots of SAC boys basketball action this past Saturday. Concordia topped Southside 58-44. No surprise there. Two mid-ranked teams in terms of the conference, so no surprise in that matchup. Dwenger topped Wayne 62-50. Bishop Lures and Carroll. This one was a huge upset. Carroll topped the SAC 3-0 prior to the game, and now a four-way tie for the conference, 3-1 for each of those: Carroll, Snyder, Homestead, and Bishop Lures. Northrop topped Northside 89-52. No surprise here. Northside is a troubling program, 1-11 on the season. Both the boys and the girls programs are at the bottom of the SAC, and so no surprise that Northrop came off with the win in this matchup. Friday should be a blowout as the Northside Legends are in action against Homestead out at Northside High School. Then it was the game to finish off the week on Friday here at Homestead. Snyder and Homestead, a buzzer beater, 53-52. Homestead held up good the entire game. Goody knocked down all three free throws at the end of the game after after drawing a foul. And Homestead went up two, but that wasn't until John Barnes Jr. drained a 3/4 court shot at the buzzer to win it all, 53-52. So a poor third quarter for Homestead, but, really fought back during the fourth quarter. An amazing game, no doubt. Then on Saturday, Bishop Lures took the loss to Blackhawk, and this underrated Lures team came close in this matchup with that four-way tie for the conference. They lost to Homestead back on December 20th, and Homestead topped Blackhawk last Tuesday, so Bishop Luers is having a pretty good stretch currently in their season. Homestead and East Noble, 55-42, a low-energy game, especially being a weekend evening game, but good. Saw some good ball movement from Homestead, saw a few dunks, and Homestead came out with that win. And then Noblesville and Northrop on Saturday as well, 57-45. Noblesville is a great program, especially on the girls' side, 7-8 this season. Northrop, though, not too hot, 6-9 this season. In terms of the rankings right now in the Summit Athletic Conference, Carroll, Snyder, Homestead, and Bishop Luers, all 3-1. So it'll be interesting to see how they play out for the rest of the season. Then Concordia, 2-2, followed by Wayne and Southside with the same record. And then Northrop and Bishop Dwenger, 1 win on the conference so far this season, 3 losses. And then Northside sits alone at the bottom of the conference, no win in any SAC matchup so far this season. 8 games left for the Homestead Spartans. When we come back, we will take a look at the upcoming games in the SAC and a look at the next few games for the Spartans. Columbia City at Homestead, more basketball coverage right after this. Welcome back to Homestead Boys basketball coverage as we continue on in the Locker Report pregame show, taking a look at some of the conference play planned for this Friday night. Carroll is in action out at Southside. They've won this series 7-2 the last 35 years, and Carroll came off with a win back on December 26th against the same team, 60-50, and so I suspect Carroll will come off with a win by near a dozen in this matchup. Concordia and Snyder. And Concordia is a mediocre team in the conference, 2-2 this season. Not very seem to be mentioned too often. Snyder coming off a big win with a stunning ending. And so I see Snyder winning this matchup by over 20. Then it's the Battle of the Bishops out at Bishop Luers. They're 8th in 3A. They're having a pretty good second half of the season. Took down top of the conference Carroll last Friday, and Dwenger is just struggling this year. 3-9 overall, 1-3 in the SAC. And Luers is continuing that momentum, and I suspect they will pull away with a near 20-point win. Then it's Northrop and Wayne, 2 teams mid-ranked in the conference. Should be a good matchup. Northrop has won the series the last 35 years, 21-13, and they won the last matchup between these 2 teams on December 27th. So it could be closer than anticipated, but I see Northrop edging out with the win on this one. Then it's Homestead and Northside. There should be no question who will win this matchup. Northside sits at the bottom of the SAC. Again, 0-4. In the SAC, 1-11 overall. Homestead should get an easy win, pushing over 30 points. And then it's Lawrence North at Homestead on Saturday. Lawrence North is 1 in Class 4A, undefeated on their season, 14-0. Overall talented and a successful program for both boys and girls. The Lady Spartans took down the Lady Wildcats back on January 11th. The boys game could be potentially close. Spartans really need to limit their fouls and lock down on defense. However, Lawrence North just has too many good players and is such a talented program, so I see Lawrence North pulling away with this one, probably close to 12, 20 points or so. And that will bring us to another break. When we come back, we will take a look at the next few games for the Homestead Spartans. More basketball coverage from Homestead Live right after this. Welcome back to the Locker Report pregame show. Just under 3 minutes till tip-off, and we mentioned earlier that the Homestead Spartans face the Northside Legends on Friday and the Lawrence North Wildcats on Saturday. We'll most likely see a split between those two games as Lawrence North is the number one team in the state. For the Homestead Spartans, though, they have a few interesting games coming up. They're in action at Northrop on January 31st. Northrop, low-ranked in the SAC. It's a home game for Homestead, so no doubt Homestead should probably pull away with this win. Then it's Hamilton Southeastern at home again on February 8th. No, this team beat North Central at the start of the season. Homestead lost to that same team, so could potentially be a close matchup, although Hamilton Southeastern will probably pull away with this one. Then it's Homestead out at Wayne High School on February 11th. Mid-ranked team in the SAC, 2-2 this season. Homestead should come off with the win in this one. They need to be smart on offense, limit their turnovers, and good defense. Grab the rebounds and, of course, limit their fouls. And then on Valentine's Day, Homestead is out in action at the Cage. Concordia, mid-ranked team in the SAC. Same strategy they really should continue at Wayne, what they had at Wayne. So I suspect Homestead will come off with a win in this one. Just under 2 minutes from tip-off of tonight's game. Before we hand things over to our radio broadcasters, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with tonight's starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. It's the Columbia City Eagles at Homestead High School. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for carryout by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School Athletics.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Game time now, minutes away. Before we hand things over to our radio broadcasters, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Homestead Spartans. At guard, senior number 2, Jake Archbold. Number 20, the junior Luke Goody. He leads the teams in points and rebounds. Number 22, Alec Grinsfelder, the forward. Number 24, Patrick Rondenbush. You'll see him draining a lot of threes tonight. Once he gets open, he is a sharp shooter. Number 42, Andrew Leeper. Thank you for listening in on the Locker Report pregame show. For now, let's hand things over to our radio broadcasters on the Point 91 FM.
North Saturday traveling trophy on the line.
Certainly is a tough week to be losing 2 of your starters. Hopefully they will be back before they travel or before they take on the number 1 team in the state. And even before that doubleheader, because you really don't want to head into a tough stretch, 2 days, 2 games.
Homestead, a different starting lineup out there. No real point guard in the starting lineup. Zach Kruger out, Quinn Harmon on the bench for this game. So a lot of the responsibility going to go to Jake Archbold, Luke Goody for playmaking. They're going to have people that are able to step up and handle the point guard position. Over to Baker, back to Bedwell. Wilson, top of the key, cross court to Baker, right side. Bedwell with it, right wing, down low, Bolt. Right block, posting up Grinsfelder, spins around, pivots, kicks out to Sievers, free throw line, right elbow, picks up his dribble, out to Bedwell. Right wing, pump fakes, steps in, steps back out, hands off to Wilson, puts it behind his back, left elbow out to Baker, left wing, 3. Wide of the rim, bounces out. A long rebound, knocked out of bounds, last touch by Homestead. Will stay with Columbia City, 7:09 left in the first. Spartans up 3-0. Inbound goes to Sievers, back to Bedwell, right side. Cross court, Baker, left side with it. Wilson on the left wing now. Over to Bedwell, right wing, right corner, bound Baker. Back out Bedwell. Sievers between the rings. Baker on the right wing. Pass to Wilson, top of the key, guarded by Archbold. Sievers left side now. Bolt mid-range finds a cutting Wilson. Layup up and in. Mitchell Wilson gets going early. Homestead up 3-2, 6:40 left in the. Archbold across half court. Over to Rodenbush left side. Now it's Grinsfelder. Leeper right wing. Goody in the right corner. Guarded by Wilson. Gets the screen from Leeper. Drives in. Right elbow. Picks up his dribble. Lobs it into Grinsfelder. Hits the backboard. And goes to Columbia City. Bolt pulls it down. Wilson now up the court. 6:20 left in the first. Homestead up 3-2. Bedwell right wing. Cross court to Sievers. Left wing now Baker. Bedwell top of the key. Passes over to Sievers left side. Over to Wilson. Pump fakes. Guarded by Archbold. Dribbles around between the circles now. Bedwell on the right wing. Feeds the post to Sievers right baseline. Out to Bedwell. A 3. No good. Rebound goes to Grinsfelder. Loses it. Archbold recovers. Homestead with it. Pushing out, Goody, other end, right wing, picks up a dribble, Rodenbush right corner. 5:45 left in the first. Homestead up by 1. Grinsfelder right baseline, posting up Bolt on the right block, picks up his dribble out to Goody near the logo. Leaper left sideline, Rodenbush left corner. Feeds it to Grinsfelder, left block, posting up Bolt. Tough turning jumper, no. Rebound, pulled down by Sievers. Columbia City with it, down 1. 5:25 left in the first. Baker right corner to Wilson. Sievers up top, back out to Wilson. Right wing 3, bang! Mitchell Wilson, the 3 gives Columbia City the lead. It's 5-3, 5:15 left in the first. Homestead in the backcourt, it's Archbold. Spartans looking to reclaim the lead or tie. Archbold across half court, now left side. Takes it himself inside, back out to Rodenbush, top of the key. Grinsfelder right side. Goody right side, mid-range jumper, he knocks it down. Luke Goody, 1 for 1 on the game now. We're tied at 5, 4:55 left in the first. Bedwell running the point for Columbia City, Eagles ball. Baker up to Sievers between the circles. Over to Bedwell, Wilson now right wing. Cross court, Baker, guarded by Leaper, left corner, now Sievers, back out Baker. Bedwell between the circles. Wilson right up, across court, left corner, Baker 3. No good. Goody the rebound for Homestead. Spartans with it, 4:30 left in the first. We're tied at 5. Goody across half court now for Homestead with it right side, gets a screen from Grinsfelder. Takes some contact from Wilson, passes to Archbold in the left corner. Back out Rodenbush on the left wing. Grinsfelder now left wing with it. Screen from Rodenbush, feeds a post to Goody. Left block posting up Wilson. A fadeaway jumper off the glass, up and in. Luke Goody. 2 straight baskets. Homestead back up 7-5, 4:05 left in the first. Columbia City with it. Baker, right sideline. Over to Bedwell. Left corner, Sievers drives baseline. He's cut off out to Wilson. Left wing pump fakes. Dribbles and pivots. Bedwell, cross court, Sievers now free throw line, driving into the paint, a floater off the rim and falls. Michael Sievers, his first basket. We're tied at 7, 3:45 left in the first. Homestead with it, Archbold running the point now for the Spartans. Across half court with it at the logo, screen from Goody, right side, passes to Goody, over Grinsfelder, now left elbow. Cross court, Archbold, right corner, wide open 3. No good, rebound. Goes to Bolt, Columbia City now with it, 3:25 left in the first. We're tied at 7. Other end, Baker, right corner, out to Wilson. Sievers between the circles, now left side, Bedwell. Top of the key, Baker. Down low, Sievers in the paint. Lowers his shoulder on Goody and hits a tough shot. Michael Sievers, 2 straight baskets. Columbia City up 9-7, 3:10 left in the first. Spartans ball. Looking to retie it or take the lead. Rodenbush on the right wing. Passes to Leaper between the circles. Over to Grinsfelder, right wing. Guarded by Bolt. Archbold now with it, top of the key. Rodenbush, a right wing 3. No good. Grinsfelder keeps it alive. Archbold, offensive rebound, back out Leaper. Goody, top of the key, wide open 3. Bang! Luke Goody from downtown. He has 7. Homestead leads 10-9, 2:40 left in the first. Goody, 3 for 3 on the game. Wilson now with it for Columbia City. Sievers right side, cross court, Bedwell, left wing, guarded by Rodenbush. Over to Bolt, right block, posting up Grinsfelder, spins around, pump fake, shot off the glass, doesn't fall. Grinsfelder pulls down the board. Spartans with it, 2:20 left in the first, up 1. Other end, Goody, right corner, catches it, dribbles in, now right elbow, spins around, out to Archbold, right corner 3. Nothing but net. Jake Archbold from downtown. Homestead up 13-9, 2:05 left in the first. Wilson across half court. Passes over to Baker on the right wing. Picks up his dribble. Feeds it to Bolt. Right baseline, driving on Grinsfelder. Cut off, back out to Baker. Sievers now between the circles. Bedwell, left wing. Finds Baker at the free throw line. A little floater in the paint. It's good. Mason Baker, the nice shot. Homestead up 13-11, 1:40 left in the first. Spartans ball. Archbold across half court. Between the circles, over to Rodenbush, right side. Holding it, gets it to Goody on the right wing. To Archbold, top of the key. Rodenbush, left wing, left open for 3. In and out. Wilson, the rebound. Columbia City with it, down 2, 1:20 left in the first. Wilson between the circles now, gets the screen from Bolt up top. Top of the key, dribbles to the left, elbow, steps back out beyond the arc. Cross court, Bedwell, right wing now Baker. Back to Wilson. Drives in on Archbold, steps back, deep 2-pointer up. Front of the rim, no. Grinsfelder the rebound. Homestead with it, 1 minute left in the first. Spartans up by 2. Goody across half court to Archbold, left wing, left open. Back to Goody, a 3-pointer. Bullseye. Luke Goody from downtown Homestead. Up 16-11, 50 seconds left in the first. Goody already with 10 points. Wilson across half court at the Spartan logo. Over to Sievers, free throw line. Back out Bedwell. Left wing Baker, left corner now Sievers. Dribbles in on Goody, out to Bedwell, wide open three. Nothing but net. Max Bedwell from downtown Homestead. Up 16-14, still 25 seconds left in the first. Homestead with it, Archbold across half court. Spartans with a 2-point advantage. Homestead holding for the final shot of the first quarter. 10 seconds left. Homestead up 16-14. Archbold takes a screen from Grinsfelder, drives in, out to Rodenbush, right corner to Goody. 5 seconds, steps back, a crazy three off the front of the rim. Rebound tracked down by Bolton at the end of the first quarter. Homestead leading Columbia City 16-14. And Braden, what are your takeaways from that first quarter of play?
I mean, was I watching Big 12 football? I mean, where was the defense? Just a lot of wide open three-pointers coming out of both teams. Just a lot of wide open shots overall. Seemed like the defense could not do anything. And even in cases where a ball was being passed around, eventually the open man was found, the defense would just kind of stand there and wait for him to take the shot. It just seemed kind of like lackluster on the defensive side for both teams. High scoring first quarter. We got Luke Goody already hitting double-digit points on the game. He's finding the most of those wide open shots and taking advantage of them, and there's going to be a lot more points put up on the board if the defenses don't get their act together.
And Luke Goody had his worst game of the season against East Noble. Only had about 9 points, didn't really rebound the ball too well, but so far he's been dominant, 10 points. Only missed that one shot at the end of the quarter.
I mean, he's just finding space. Well, yeah, except for that last shot of the quarter, he's finding space pretty much everywhere on the court, especially on the perimeter. Just seems like Columbia City having a lot of trouble trying to search him down as he maneuvers his way around the court, finding open space wherever he can take it.
Kolping now on the court for the Spartans as Rodenbush out of the game. Columbia City ball out of the first quarter. Down 16-14, 7:50 left in the second. Bolt between the circles, over to Wilson, left wing. Quinn Harmon also into the game. Free throw line jumper from Baker, short off the front of the rim. A scrum for it. Goody eventually comes up with it for the Spartans. 7:40 left in the second, up 2. His pass down low, deflected. Grinsfelder gets it back. His lay-in, up and in. Alec Grinsfelder, his first basket. Quinn Harmon checked into the game for Jake Archbold for the Spartans. 18-14 Homestead, 7:25 left in the second. Baker right side for the Eagles. Guarded by Leaper, over to Bedwell, left side now Sievers. Into the paint, Wilson posting up Harmon, left block, spins around, shot up, blocked by Grinsfelder, but a foul going against Quinn Harmon. Will be 2 free throws coming from Mitchell Wilson. And Mitchell Wilson's been very dangerous early for Columbia City.
Certainly has, having a very expected game. So far he has 5 points, probably gonna put up many more as we enter the later rounds of the game.
First free throw from Wilson, good. 6 points for him. Homestead up 18-15, still 7:16 left in the second. Second free throw from Wilson, good. 7 points for the senior. Homestead up by a pair, 7:15 left in the second. Spartans ball. Harmon across half court, over to Leaper, left wing. Out to Kolping. Grinsfelder right side beyond the arc now. Goody on the right wing. Gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Bolt switches onto him. Back to Grinsfelder, drives baseline on Bolt. He's cut off, but still finishes at the rim and one. Alec Grinsfelder, the strong finish. Gets the hoop and the harm. He'll head to the line for 1 free throw. Homestead up 20-16, 6:56 left in the second. Grinsfelder's free throw rims around and falls. 5 points for Alec Grinsfelder. Homestead up 21-16, 6:54 left in the second. Wilson passes over to Baker, or Bedwell right side. Baker now with it between the circles, Eagles ball. Bedwell right wing, feeds the post to Bolt, baseline out to Baker, left wing three. No good. Goody pulls it down for the Spartans, but a foul underneath going against Homestead, I believe. This one on Quinn Harmon. That'll be 2 quick fouls for Quinn Harmon. Homestead 21-16, 6:39 left in the second. Bedwell to inbound baseline, finds it to Wilson. He lays it up and in. Great inbounds play. Homestead still up by a possession, 21-18, 6:30 left in the second, Spartans ball. Goody left sideline, takes a screen from Grinsfelder on the left wing, left elbow now. Dishes it to Grinsfelder down low. His shot up and in. Great find from Luke Goody to Alec Grinsfelder. 7 points now for Grinsfelder. Homestead up 23-18, 6:15 left in the second. Wilson with it, passes to Baker on the left wing. Picks up his dribble down to Sievers, posting up Goody, left block. Shot is up off the glass and in. Michael Sievers, 6 points. Homestead up 23-20, 6 minutes left in the second. Harmon left side for the Spartans, hands it off to Goody. Takes the screen from Grinsfelder, top of the key, steps into a three, in and out. Grinsfelder offensive rebound, takes a contact, put back, no, gets it back. Third chance from Grinsfelder, good. Homestead up 25-20, 5:44 left in the second. Alec Grinsfelder making his presence felt inside. Wilson up the court for the Eagles now, top of the key, drives in on Harmon, steps back out to Baker, left corner now Sievers. Bedwell between the rings, has it. Picks up the dribble over to Sievers now, left side, cross court to Baker. Bedwell to Sievers. Wilson in the paint, finds a cutting bolt underneath the rim. He lays it up and in, 25-22. Columbia City cuts into the lead, 5:17 left in the second, and a timeout called by Columbia City. And Homestead so far looking good on the offensive end this quarter, but they can't stop Columbia City, especially in the paint.
Really, nobody can stop each other on the offensive side. It just seems like the defenses cannot do anything to respond to both teams playing fairly up-tempo, passing the ball around with ease. It's going to be an offensive game by far. And so far, I mean, it really has been. Michael Sievers, he's now at 6 points, along with Mitchell Wilson, who has 8, and then Luke Goody with 10, and Grinsfelder with 9. Just seems like a lot of starters are already starting to pad up those stats.
Jake Archbold back into the game for the Spartans. Andrew Leeper on the bench. Andrew Hedrick in for the first time for East Noble, along with Bryce Taylor. Homestead ball, Goody, left wing to Harmon, top of the key, cross court, Kolping. Goody, right corner. Pump fakes, drives baseline on Wilson. Floater off the glass, in and out. Sievers pulls it down, Columbia City with it. Down 25-22, 4:55 left in the second. Wilson, screen up top from Bolt. Passes over to Taylor, right corner. Back to Wilson, Hedrick now between the circles. Back to Wilson, right wing. Takes the screen from Sievers. Passes over to Taylor, left corner, now Hedrick. Sievers up top. 4:35 left in the second. Taylor's pass inside deflected. Goody steals it for the Spartans. 4:30 left in the second. Goody other end, Grinsfelder. Out to Kolping, right corner, dribbles into the paint. Of wild floater up, no. Tipped out. Sievers corrals it for the Eagles. Their ball, 4:20 left in the second. Spartans up 25-22. Wilson left side, guarded by Archbold. Over to Sievers, top of the key, drives in on Goody. Shot off the glass, too strong. Kolping the rebound, but he loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with Columbia City, 4:06 left in the second. Homestead up 25-22. Hedrick to inbound. Lobs it into Wilson. Right side gets the screen from Bolt. Puts it between his legs, passes over to Taylor on the left wing, tries to drive in on Harmon. He's cut off, hands off back to Wilson, takes a baseline on Archbold. Athletic layup at the rim, up and in. Mitchell Wilson has 11. He cuts Homestead's lead to 1. It's 25-24 Spartans, 3:48 left in the second. Homestead with it, Kolping left side. Passes over to Harmon on the left wing. Goody, right block, spins around Bolt. Shot at the rim, no, but he's fouled. Luke Goody will head to the line for 2 free throws. 77% free throw shooter on the year. Homestead 25-24, 3:37 left in the second quarter.
I mean, Luke Goody just has such a height advantage over almost everybody on this Columbia City team. You have got to foul him if you want to stop him in the paint.
First free throw from Goody. It's good. He has 11. He and Mitchell Wilson tied for the most in this game.
Number 12,
Jackson Crawford into the game for Columbia City. Gregory Bolt to the bench. Second free throw coming for Goody. This one in and out. Homestead up 26-24, 3:35 left in the second. Eagles ball. Wilson up the court. Passes over to Taylor. Hedrick between the circles now. Sievers left side. Cross court, Taylor now. Hand off to Wilson. Steps back on Archbold, dribbles in, picks it up. Out to Hedrick now. Screen from Wilson. Back to him on the right wing. Takes a contested three and sinks it. Mitchell Wilson gives Columbia City the lead. It's 27-26. 3:05 left in the second. Harmon across half court for the Spartans now. Kolping right side. Archwell top of the key over to Goody. Left wing pump fakes. Drives on Wilson. Spins around. Posting up. Tough shot at the rim. Up and in. And one. Count the basket. Luke Goody, the strong finish at the rim. Homestead up 28-27. 2:52 left in the second. You'll have one more free throw coming.
That's just a solid play out of the strong man Luke Goody, using that strength he has inside the paint to not only draw the foul, but stay strong and make the shot.
Patrick Rodenbush back into the game for the Spartans. Homestead up 28-27, 2:52 left in the second. Goody's free throw good. He has 14. He and Mitchell Wilson each with 14. Wilson for Columbia City, keeping them in this game. 2:50 left in the second. Eagles ball. Wilson across half court, passes over to Taylor. Loses it, but Crawford's there to recover. Hedrick now out to Sievers at the logo. Taylor to Wilson, top of the key, guarded by Archbold. Screen up top from Sievers. Passes over to Hedrick on the right wing. Pass to Taylor, stolen by Rodenbush. Fast break, other end. Rodenbush's layup up and in. Patrick Rodenbush making the defensive play. Homestead up 31-27, 2:20 left in the second. Wilson up the court for Columbia City now. At the logo. Pass over to Sievers, right wing, driving baseline on Goody. Cut off by Grinsfelder. Pass out to Hedrick. Picks up a dribble on the right wing. Kolping hounding him. Hands it off to Sievers, right sideline. 2 minutes left in the second. Homestead up 4. Sievers hands it off to Wilson. Gets the screen from Sievers, right wing. Draws a double. Hand off to Hedrick. Free throw line pivots. Finds a cutting Wilson. Layup. No, but a foul going against Alec Grinsfelder, I believe. So 2 free throws coming from Mitchell Wilson. 1:50 left in the second. Homestead up by 31-27. Mitchell Wilson leaving his mark on this game. 14 points already. His first free throw is good. He has 15. Andrew back into the game for Homestead. Caleb Kolping to this bench. Bedwell, Baker in for Columbia City. Hedrick and Taylor to the bench. 1:50 left in the second. Homestead up 31-28. Wilson second free throw for the Eagles. Up and in. Homestead ball. Up by 2. 1:40 left in the second. Archbold over to Leaper. Right side 3. It's good. Andrew Leaper from downtown. Dialed in. Spartans lead 34-29. 1:34 left in the second. Columbia City ball. Wilson over to Baker. Sievers left corner, back out to circles. Wilson right wing. Cross court to Bedwell. Over to Baker now. 1:18 left in the second. Homestead up by 5. Columbia City ball. Bedwell on the left wing. Dribbles around to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, passes to Baker. Gets to Wilson off a screen, and a foul called. This one going against Jake Archbold. Foul on Archbold. That will be actually inbound. Goes now over Bedwell. A 3, it's up and in. Max Bedwell from downtown. Homestead up 34-32. 1 minute left in the second. 55 seconds left. Leaper, right wing, hands it off to Goody. Homestead up 34-32. Goody over to Rodenbush. Archbold on the left wing. Cross court. Leaper left alone. Right corner 3. Short. Rebound corralled by Columbia City. Archbold gets his hand in there. A jump ball, and it'll go to Homestead. 43 seconds left in the second. Spartans up 34-32.
Great heads-up move by Archbold, noticing that his team just lost the ball, and he sees he's right next to the man with possession, so he just tries to get in there, forces the jump ball. Great execution.
Archbold inbounds it to Grinsfelder, right baseline. Posting up his man, finds Archbold left corner for 3. In and out. Leaper, the offensive rebound. Put back off the glass and 1. Andrew Leaper, the strong finish. He has 8, a chance to make it 9 at the line. Homestead up 36-32, 33 and a half left in the second quarter. Andrew Leeper showing his performance against East Noble was not a fluke. His free throw up and in. The sophomore with 9 points. Homestead leads 37-32, 33.5 left in the second quarter. Wilson up the court now for the Eagles across the timeline. Guarded by Archfield at the midcourt stripe, right side, passes over to Bedwell. Back to Wilson at the logo, 15 seconds left in the second. Spartans up by 5, Eagles ball. Bedwell right side, over to Sieverts on the right wing. Crawford left open top of the key, he'll hand off to Baker, 5 seconds left. Wilson leans into a deep 2 and draws a foul. I don't know about that one, but they'll call a blocking foul on Jake Archbold. Actually, Alec Grinsfelder. And Mitchell Wilson will head to the line for 2 free throws. 5 seconds left in the second. Homestead up 37-32. Mitchell Wilson, 16 points on the game. First free throw good. Homestead up 37-33, 5 seconds left. The foul actually was on Jake Archbold, I believe. Spartans up 37-33, 5 seconds left in the second. Second free throw from Wilson, good. Perfect at the line still, 18 points. Homestead with it, Goody, 3 seconds. Leaper, right corner, drives baseline, a floater at the buzzer. Off the front of the rim, no. And at the end of the first half, your score is Homestead 37, Columbia City 34. Maybe a bit more competitive than Homestead anticipated heading into this one.
100% way too competitive if you are Coach Johnson. Columbia City just hanging in there. Mitchell Wilson having a huge game. He's got 18 points with a lot of those shots coming from his incredible free throw percentage. He's making almost every single one he's laying down. And Luca really trying to keep his team in it along with Andrew Leeper, who both are almost, well, Leeper almost at double digits. Luca well above that with 14 points. Just a very offensive game, not much defense.
We're going to take a break. But stay tuned. We'll be back with the halftime show. You're listening to the Point 91 FM.
Homestead Athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. We're at halftime of tonight's contest between the Homestead Spartans and Columbia City Eagles. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Braden Carroll at halftime. A little scoring summary for the Spartans, up 37-34. Goody with 14, Alec Grinsfelder, Andrew Leeper each with 9, Jake Archbold with 3, and Patrick Rodenbush with 2. For Columbia City was the Mitchell Wilson show, 18 points in that first half. Max Bedwell, Michael Sievers each with 6, and Gregory Bolt and Mason Baker each had 2.
It was definitely a very one-sided game for Columbia City, as mainly it's Mitchell Wilson running the show. For the Eagles, he's got 18 points. Really had to work for all of those, especially on the free throw stripe. Outside of that, it seems like most of his points are just coming from incredible three-point shots that he's getting from some free open space, and Homestead finding all of their points pretty well balanced, at least among the starting lineup. The bench hasn't really gotten in there yet, hasn't really scored any points yet, and it just seems like both teams are very one-dimensional right now.
5:25 left in halftime. Homestead up 37-34 at the break. What are going to be some keys in the second half?
Well, the key for Homestead is just to get their defense going, because actually, I mean, you could really make a case for both teams that all they really need to do is just set their defense up for success in this second half, because their offenses are playing lights out, and it just seems like their defense is just kind of trailing behind, just not really doing much to stop the offensive onslaught that's coming from both these teams.
And what does Homestead have to do in the second half to slow down Mitchell Wilson?
Well, all they really have to do is just, I wouldn't recommend double-teaming him, or else he's just got to find Michael Sievers for some wide-open shots, because he's played pretty well, too. I would just try to stop him at the perimeter. That's where he's usually finding his space. If they don't really have to play perimeter defense, but as long as they can press him well once he's out there, they'll be able to control him.
We're going to take one last break. We'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Bro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. We're about to get started with the second half of action between Homestead and Columbia City. Spartans up 37-34 at the break, led by 14 points from Luke Goody, Alec Grinsfelder, Andrew Leeper, each with 9. Who are some players in the second half that have to get going for the Spartans?
Well, really, I mean, the entire bench needs to get going for the Spartans right now. It just seems like not much is going on with them. And the starting lineup just having a lot of trouble on the defensive end. Maybe there isn't going to be much scoring from the bench, but at least if they could come in, play some solid defense, it could really help this Homestead team.
Homestead up by 3 at break. Mitchell Wilson, Homestead's going to have to slow him down at 18 in the first half.
They're definitely going to have to slow him down, or else he's just going to keep going. I mean, he knows that he is the leader of this Columbia City team, and he is not going to slow down if the Homestead defense permits it.
Homestead takes the court with Goody, Leeper, Archbold, Rodenbush, and Grinsfelder. Columbia City with Wilson, Severs, Bedwell, Bolt, and Baker. Both teams are starters. Columbia City ball to start the second half. Up or down 37-34. Eagles a chance to tie with the 3 opening possession. Baker between the circles, handoff to Wilson at the volleyball line, over to Bolt left wing. Finds a wide open Severs underneath the basket. He puts it up and in. Michael Severs wide open. Homestead up 37-36. 7:40 left in the third. Archbold dribbles left side. Columbia City showing a 3-2 zone. Archbold at the logo, 7:30 left in the third. Homestead up by 1. Archbold over to Goody left wing. Back to Archbold. Screen from Grinsfelder. Rodenbush right side. Goody right wing back to Rodenbush. Cross court. Archbold. Pass to Leeper, not on the same page. Out of bounds. A turnover for Homestead, and Columbia City will have it. Down 37-36. 7:12 left in the third. Chance to take the lead on this possession. Looking to pull off the upset. Right side, it's Baker. Over to Bedwell, Wilson. Left wing, Severs now driving baseline, and Goody spins around him. Shot off the glass, rims around, doesn't fall, tipped out. Offensive rebound by Bolt and a jump ball. Possession going to Homestead. 6:55 left in the third. Homestead up 37-36. Inbound to Goody, back to Archbold. He'll take it up the court for the Spartans. Rodenbush left sideline now, back to Archbold, back to Rodenbush. Left corner, Goody, back to Rodenbush, Archbold. Right side, cross court, Rodenbush. Left side with it, back to Archbold. 6:35 left in the third. Goody, right wing, takes a 3, no good. Long rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Columbia City. It'll stay with Homestead. 6:30 left in the third. Spartans up by 1. Archbold to inbound for the Spartans. Columbia City's 3-2 zone causing some issues for the Spartans so far. Archbold lobs it into Goody. Left side over to Grinsfelder on the right wing, back to Goody between the circles. Dribbles to the left side. Screen from Grinsfelder. Takes it in on Wilson. Step back, mid-range jumper. It's good. Luke Goody. The nice basket gives Homestead a 39-36 lead. 6:10 left in the third. Columbia City ball. Wilson at the volleyball line over to Bedwell, right wing. Screen from Bolt. Drives baseline on Rodenbush. Dishes to Bolt underneath the basket. Lost it. Baker gets it back, and he's pushed by Homestead. Foul going against Alec Grinsfelder. That'll be his second Columbia City ball underneath their own basket. 6 minutes left in the third. Spartans up by 3. Wilson inbound to Sievers. Left corner back out to Wilson. Left wing three blocked by Archbold. A fight for the ball and a foul called on Mitchell Wilson. We'll go to Homestead with 5:55 left in the third. Spartans up 39-36. A great defensive play by Jake Archbold. Inbound, Rodenbush in the backcourt across the timeline for the Spartans. Archbold over to Goody, right wing, Archbold. Into Leaper, right elbow, takes a jumper off the front of the rim. Rebound by Wilson, Eagles ball, 5:40 left in the third. Spartans up 39-36. Wilson across the timeline now, hand off to Bedwell. At the Spartan logo. Hands it off to Baker. Left side, now Bolt. Left wing, Sievers. Up top, Bedwell takes a three. Short off the front of the rim. Leaper, the rebound. Homestead with it. 5:20 left in the third, up 39-36. Goody to Rodenbush, left corner, back to Goody, left wing three. Drives into the paint and a foul going against Mitchell Wilson. That'll be his third personal foul. Something to keep an eye on. Mitchell Wilson, 18 points on the game. Homestead ball, 5:17 left in the third. Spartans up 39-36. Archbold passes to Rodenbush in the backcourt. Archbold back to Rodenbush, Leaper right wing. Into Grinsfelder, right block, out to Rodenbush. Archbold left side, Goody, left corner three. Bang! Luke Goody from downtown. Homestead leads 42-36, 4:58 left in the third. Wilson up the court for Columbia City. Across the timeline, now passes to Bedwell, right side. Out to Sievers, cross court to Baker, left side with it. Picks up his dribble, pass to Wilson, loses it but gets it back on the left sideline. Over to Sievers, right wing. Bedwell top of the key. Baker down low, Sievers, right block, posting up Goody. Pivots, passes over to Bolt, out to Bedwell, left wing, pump fakes, dribbles in, free throw line, back out beyond the arc. Wilson left side, down low, Bolt in the paint. A floater, an air ball, Grinsfelder the rebound, and a foul underneath the basket going on Bolt. And we'll go to Homestead, 4:21 left in the third. Spartans at 42-36.
You know, Columbia City has really been reduced to near no points in this second half. It seems like Homestead's defense has really gotten their act together.
Archbold across half court over to Rodenbush left side. Back to Archbold. Rodenbush, Goody left wing. Rodenbush over to Archbold, right side to the top of the key. Rodenbush left sideline, back to Archbold. Leaper right wing. Into Grinsfelder, right block, posting up Sievers, out to Rodenbush, left corner. Goody takes a three and sinks it. Luke Goody with 22 points. Homestead leads 45-36, the most they've led by 3:50 left in the third. Columbia City with it. Baker on the right wing. Passes over to Bedwell, back to Baker on the right wing. Screen from Wilson, left side, Bedwell. Pivots. Passes to Baker in the left corner, dribbles around to the wing now. Wilson, top of the key, dribbles in on Archbold, lowers his shoulder, his pass deflected, stolen away. Rodenbush, other end, Goody. Left wing, a three-pointer. No. Baker the rebound, Columbia City with it. 3:18 left in the third. Spartans up 45-36. Bedwell across the timeline, left side. Passes over to Wilson, right side. Right corner, Sievers. Screen from Bolt, dribbles to the top of the key, left elbow, out to Baker, left corner. Dribbles in, takes a screen from Sievers, dishes back to him in the left corner. Drives in on Grinsfelder, free throw line into the paint, and a carry called on Michael Sievers. It'll go to Homestead with 2:55 left in the third. Spartans at 45-36. Timeout, Columbia City. Quinn Harmon, Caleb Colping set to check in for the Spartans. But Homestead looking much better this half. They've started to figure out a way to get around that 3-2 zone, and Luke Goody having one of his best performances of the year with 22 points.
He certainly is putting on a show, and it looks like he is going to break his season high. He had 24 against the Lures. He's at 22, and he's been shooting threes all game long, so I would expect a three would put him above that season high. They really have just found a way to escape Columbia City and their defense, just like they did in the first half, while Columbia City just kind of being shut down right now. Mitchell Wilson can't really do anything, and he's now in foul trouble, and some of those fouls that he has committed just almost look intentional. He's playing a really sloppy game this second half. Still is putting up points, but not really contributing enough for this Columbia City team.
And we've seen Homestead have been able to bottle up Mitchell Wilson in the second half. that's been able to slow down a lot of the Columbia City offenses. They have just 2 points this quarter.
Yeah, they really are being shut down. Jake Archibald playing amazing defense from the perimeter, along with Luke Goody in the paint. Just so the defense really improved from the first to the second half, and it looks like Homestead starting to get a little grip on this game.
Homestead ball out of the timeout. 2:55 left in the third. Spartans up by 9. Archibald up the court for the Spartans across the timeline now. Cross court, Harmon with the left side, dribbles around to the Spartan logo. Dribbling to the left wing, finds Goody, top of the key, catches it. Over to Kolping, right side. Dribbles between the circles, Goody, left wing. Guarded by Sievers, feeds it to Grinsfelder, left block. Posting up Bolt, shot off the glass, underneath the basket, no offensive rebound. Put back up and in, and one. Alec Grinsfelder up to 11 points now. Homestead with their first double-digit lead. It's 47-36, 2:27 left in the third. One free throw coming for Grinsfelder. Substitution for Columbia City. Bryce Taylor into the game. Actually, no, Jackson Crawford into the game for Gregory Bolt. 47-36, Homestead, 2:27 left in the third. Grinsfelder's free throw. Rims around and falls. Alec Grinsfelder, 12 points. Columbia City ball. Wilson up the court now. With it right side. Bedwell has it. Over to Sievers on the right wing. Baker at the logo. It's Bedwell left sideline. For the Eagles, spins around Kolping, left wing over to Wilson. Guarded by Archibald, steps in on him, left elbow back out beyond the arc. Bedwell right wing. Passes over to Sievers, 2 minutes left in the third. Spartans up by 12. Sievers top of the key, over to Bedwell on the right wing. Guarded by Kolping. Sievers free throw line, guarded by Goody, right elbow, back out to Bedwell. Screen from Sievers on the right wing. Picks up a dribble, pivots, dishes to Sievers, right back to Bedwell. Baker over to Sievers, free throw line, spins around Goody into the paint, pivoting. Finds a cutting Wilson, right block. Drives in on Goody now. A wild layup, and it's taken away by Grinsfelder. Homestead pushing. Goody, other end, drives in. Left elbow, pull-up, jumper up and in. Luke Goody ties his season high with 24. Homestead leads 50-36, 1:20 left in the third. Got to give props to Alec Grinsfelder, that defensive play taken away from Mitchell Wilson. And Homestead starting to pull away late in the third quarter, 1:10 left. Columbia City ball down by 14. Sievers right side up top. Now Crawford, top of the key, handoff to Baker. Wilson, right wing, dribbles in, left elbow, out to Bedwell, a deep three-pointer. Too strong, and a foul going against. I think it's a double foul on Luke Goody and Jackson Crawford. And it'll stay with Columbia City. 55 seconds left in the third. Homestead up 50-36. Bedwell to inbound on the baseline. Looking to cut into this 14-point Spartan lead. Just 3 points in the quarter for Columbia City. Bedwell lobs it into Crawford with it right sideline, hands it off to Bedwell. Guarded by Kolping. Sievers, right side, guarded by Goody. Over to Wilson, left side. Bedwell, right wing, pump fakes. Steps in on Kolping, over to Sievers now. Right wing guarded by Goody. It's right side for Baker. 30 seconds left in the third. Spartans up 50-36. Wilson on the left wing for the Eagles, down low. Sievers posting up Goody, left block into the paint. A hook shot up, no good. Grinsfelder the rebound. Spartans with it. 20 seconds left in the third, up 50-36. Can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Goody with it. 13 seconds left. 24 points on the game, tying his season high. Left side, 8 seconds left. 7 seconds. Goody gets a screen from Grinsfelder, crosses over, steps back, left corner, a 3-ball. No good. Offensive rebound, Archibald put back, no. Grinsfelder can't tip it in. And at the end of 3 quarters, your score is Homestead 50, Columbia City 36, and a very strong third quarter for Homestead, both on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, definitely a super strong quarter for the Spartans, but a very weak quarter for the Eagles. They just cannot find how to do anything. Now that Homestead's defense is back intact, back in order, Mitchell Wilson has really just been held to nothing in that third quarter, and Homestead just continues to push the effort as their starters are just really dominating this game. Luke Goody now tied his season high Looks like he's going to break it the way he's been playing this entire game. Alec Grinsfelder, he's having a great game. Andrew Leeper continuing his nice little run. He's near double digits. It's just been an overall outstanding effort by the Homestead offense, and it looks like their defense is starting to catch up.
Homestead up 50-36, 8 minutes left in the fourth. Spartan just looking to hold on. Mitchell Wilson held scoreless in that third quarter, and after Columbia City got that opening basket to cut it to 1 point, you thought maybe something was brewing. An upset was brewing, but Homestead, a 13-0 run to close the quarter out. Looking very strong. Homestead ball to start the fourth quarter. Rodenbush into the game for the Spartans. Archbold on the bench. Taylor and Hedrick in for Columbia City. Bolt and Bedwell no longer out there. Spartans ball. Rodenbush to inbound. Passes in to Harmon in the backcourt. Hand off to Goody left side, or between the rings now. Kolping on the right wing. Screen from Grinsfelder. Over to Goody, right wing. Pump fakes. Steps in. A deep two-pointer from Goody. Up and in. And he has a new season high. 26 points from Goody. Homestead up 52-36. 7:40 left in the fourth. Homestead on a 15-0 run. It's left side Hedrick. Sievers now with the logo. Passes over to Wilson. Drives in on Rodenbush. Takes the contact shot up. No good. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Mitchell Wilson. He's been adept at getting to the free throw line all game and hasn't missed one from the charity stripe. It's 52-36, Homestead 7:30 left in the fourth, and these are big free throws for Columbia City if they want to get back in this. First free throw from Wilson, good. He has 19 points. 18 of those coming in the first half. 7-7 on free throw attempts on the game. Second free throw coming for Wilson. This one up and in. 20 points for him. Homestead ball, 52-38 lead, 7:28 left in the fourth. Harmon across half court at the logo now. Passes over to Goody on the left wing. Gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Dribbles in, free throw line, step back over to Grinsfelder, left side mid-range. Drives in, layup up and in. Alec Grinsfelder, 14 points. Homestead up 54-38, 7:08 left in the fourth. Wilson across half court. Top of the key, steps in on Rodenbush, puts it behind his back, dumps it off to Crawford. Shot blocked by Grinsfelder, but a foul called on Alec Grinsfelder, his third. And it'll be Jackson Crawford heading to the line for 2 free throws. 7:01 left in the fourth. Spartans up 54-38. You gotta love the way Grinsfelder's playing defense inside this game. First free throw from Crawford, up and in. East Knoll definitely shooting their free throws well in this one. Jake Archbold into the game for Homestead. Quinn Harmon to the bench. 54-39 Homestead, 7:01 left in the fourth quarter. Second free throw up and in from Jackson Crawford. And Gregory Bolt will check in for him. For the Eagles, Homestead ball, 7:01 left in the fourth quarter. Spartans a 14-point advantage. Archbold across the timeline. Right side dribbling it. Hand off to Goody. Over to Kolping, right wing wide open. Gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Over to Goody, right side, jab step. Drives in into the paint. He gets it stripped out of bounds. Will stay with Homestead, 6:41 left in the fourth. Spartans up 54-40. Archbold inbound on the baseline for the Spartans. Lobs into Grinsfelder, left elbow, back out beyond the arc. Goody top of the key. Cross court, Archbold left wing, Grinsfelder now left block. Steps back out to the baseline, posts up. Bolt now shot underneath the basket, no good. Bolt pulls down the board. Columbia City with it, down 14, pushing it. Wilson, other end, 6:25 left in the fourth. Sievers top of the key, crosses over on Goody, left block, spins around, fadeaway jumper in and out. Grinsfelder the rebound, Homestead with it, 6:15 left in the fourth, up 14. Goody other end, left wing gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Free throw line, pull up, jumper, too strong. Rebound knocked loose, out of bounds. Last touch by Homestead, and it'll go to Columbia City. 6:07 left in the fourth. Spartans up 54-40. Wilson takes it up the court now for the Eagles. Across the timeline, passes to Hedrick. Right baseline, out to Sievers, left baseline. Pass to Wilson, deflected. He gets it back. Left corner, pump fakes, takes a three off the front of the rim. Grinsfelder the rebound. Homestead with it up 14, 5:50 left in the fourth, pushing it. Rodenbush top the key to Kolping, right baseline jumper. It's good. Caleb Kolping, his first basket of the game. Homestead up 56-40, 5:40 left in the fourth. Wilson across the timeline, picks up his dribble at the logo, dishes to Taylor, left wing. Sievers down low to a cutting Wilson. He puts it up and in. Mitchell Wilson, first field goal in the second half. 56-42 Homestead, 5:25 left in the fourth. Spartans with it. Archibald top of the key. Grinsfelder over to Goody, left wing. Pump fakes. Gets a screen from Grinsfelder. Drives in, steps back, takes a three-pointer. Too strong. Grinsfelder, the offensive rebound. Over to Colpine, left baseline, back out to Archibald, top of the key. Rodenbush, right wing. Goody, down low. Grinsfelder posting up, right block. Out to Rodenbush, left side three. Bang! Patrick Rodenbush from downtown. Homestead leads 59-42, 5:02 left in the fourth. Leaper set to check in for the Spartans, and a timeout called. Homestead pulling away with this one.
Yeah, it seems like Columbia City is just too late to the party right now. Homestead rolling over the Eagles, both offensively and defensively, something Columbia City has not been able to do all game long. Luke Goody just broke his season high. He's having quite the game. Alec Grinsfelder not too far behind him with 14 points. Just been a tough outing for the Eagles.
Homestead up 59-42, 5:02 left in the fourth. And right now for the Homestead team, it just really comes down to winding down that clock and getting out of here with a win.
Yeah, I mean, 5 minutes left. Anything can happen, but as long as Homestead maintains the momentum that they have gained in this second half, they should be fine. Mitchell Wilson seems as if he's really just putting in all the effort he can, but nobody else around him are really just putting out the output that he is for the Eagles team. If they can slow him down, this game will be over.
Homestead up 59-42, 5:02 left in the fourth quarter. Columbia City ball out of the timeout. Sievers will inbound it. Mitchell Wilson, 22 points on the game for the Eagles. Goody leading the Spartans with 26. Highest scoring game of the year for him. Right side, Baker. Over to Hedrick, left wing. Sievers hands it off to Wilson. Screen from Sievers. Drives in on Archibald, left elbow. Out to Hedrick, drives baseline on Colpine. Pass out to Sievers, free throw line jumper, up and air ball short. Out of bounds. And what a play by Gregory Bolt. Threw it off of Leaper. Great hustle, and it'll stay with Columbia City. 4:40 left in the fourth. Homestead up 59-42. Wilson to inbound on the baseline for the Eagles. Gets into Hedrick, right wing. Guarded by Colpine. Up top, Sievers hands it off to Baker. Top of the key, Hedrick. Wilson, right wing now, driving baseline on Archibald. Takes the contact. Layup no good, but a foul called. Mitchell Wilson will head to the line for 2 free throws. Foul on Jake Archibald, and that'll be his fourth foul. 2 free throws coming from Mitchell Wilson. Hasn't missed on the game. 8 free throw attempts. 4:39 left in the fourth. Homestead up 59-42. First free throw good from Wilson. Jackson Crawford back in for the Eagles. Michael Sievers to the bench. He has 8 points, second on the team this game. Free throw number 2 from Wilson. Up and in. Homestead up 59-44. 4:38 left in the fourth. Spartans ball. Archibald up the court. Left wing. Passes to Leaper in the left corner. Goody at the logo. Guarded by Wilson. Gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Left baseline out to Grinsfelder. Down low, Leaper, left block, posting up. Archibald over to Colpine, right side, 3 short. Offensive rebound to Leaper. Backs it out beyond the arc, hands it off to Archibald. Over to Goody now, 4:08 left in the fourth. Down low, Leaper, shot off the glass, up and in. Andrew Leaper, 11 points. Matching a season high he had against East Noble last game. Homestead up 61-44, 3:58 left in the fourth. Wilson, top of the key. Over to Baker, left corner. Now Crawford, back out Baker. Eagles with it, 3:50 left in the fourth. Wilson loses it inside, and a foul going against Alec Grinsfelder, his 4th personal foul. 3:48 left in the fourth. Homestead up 61-44. Max Bedwell back in for Columbia City as Andrew Hedrick checks out. Patrick Rodenbush into the game for the Spartans. As Alec Grinsfelder heads to the bench with 4 fouls. 14 points on the game for him. Eagles ball inbounding. It's Wilson. Lobs it in to Crawford. Bedwell now left side. Wilson left wing gets the screen from Crawford. Steps back on Goody. Left side, 3:40 left in the fourth. Homestead up by 17. Crawford left wing. Over to Bolt. Baker now left side. Bedwell between the circles. Bolt right wing hands it off to Wilson. Splits two defenders, layup off the glass, up and in. What a play from Mitchell Wilson. He has 26. Homestead is still up 61-46, 3:18 left in the fourth. Rodenbush taking it up the court. Top of the key, over to Kolping. Archbold right corner. Drives in on Crawford in the paint, spins around. Leaper left corner for three. It's good. Andrew Leaper with 14 points. His third three-pointer of the game. Homestead up 64-46, 2:57 left in this final quarter of play. Wilson across the timeline. Passes over to Bedwell, right side of three. No good. Offensive rebound, Bolt back out to Wilson. Top of the key, pump fake, steps into a pass to Bedwell. Right wing three, in and out. Another offensive rebound for Bolt, back out Wilson. Top of the key three. Bang! Mitchell Wilson from downtown. What a game from Mitchell Wilson. He has 29 points to lead all scorers, but Homestead still up by 15, 2:34 left in the fourth.
Yeah, just the rest of the Columbia State team has not been able to back him up on offense. He is really carrying the Eagles right now, but nobody else seems to be with him.
Homestead up 64-49, 2:34 left in the fourth. Goody with a season-high 26 points, and Andrew Leaper performing at a high level once again with 14 points.
Yeah, and you just expect him to earn more and more minutes as the season goes on. He's putting up some incredible numbers for the time he gets on the court. Very impressive out of a player who was just a bench warmer without any points only a few games ago. Andrew
Leaper showing off his talent, the sophomore, expected to be a big-time player for Homestead in the coming years. 14 points on the game. Spartans up 64-49, 2:34 left in the fourth. Homestead ball out of the timeout. Columbia City going to a press. Alec Rinsfelder back into the game for the Spartans. Leaper in the backcourt. Back to Archbold, 2:30 left in the fourth. Archbold crosses the timeline now, right side, hands it off to Goody. 26 points on the game. Luke Goody over to Grinsfelder, right wing. Has it on the sideline. 2:15 left in the fourth. Hands it off back to Goody, right wing. Driving baseline, and Crawford stepping back, right corner three. No good. Rebound by Bedwell. Columbia City pushing it now. 2 minutes left in the fourth, down 15. Bedwell to Crawford, blocked away by Leaper. Rebound by Bolt. Columbia City, second chance. Wilson left elbow, step back three. It's good. Mitchell Wilson, 32 points. Homestead still up by 12, 64-52, 1:48 left in the fourth. Leaper in the backcourt to Archbold. Across half court now. 1:35 left in the fourth. Spartans up 12. Rodenbush left side. Grinsfelder at midcourt. Grinsfelder holding at the logo, over to Goody now left side. Homestead up by 12. Goody left wing, drives in on Wilson. Left block, contested shot, in and out, but a foul called. Luke Goody will head to the line for 2 free throws. Homestead up 64-52, 1:19 left in the fourth. Luke Goody to the line for 2 free throws. About a 77% free throw shooter. First free throw from him is good. Luke Goody with 27 points on the game. Leading Homestead, Mitchell Wilson leading Columbia City with the scintillating 32. Second free throw from Goody, nothing but net. Homestead up 66-52, 1:18 left in the fourth. Wilson right side gets the screen from Bedwell. Behind the back pass back to Bedwell. Back to Wilson. Pump fake gets the screen from Bedwell. Right wing guarded by Leaper now. 1:07 left in the fourth. Takes a three from the volleyball line and sinks it. Mitchell Wilson, 35 points. Homestead up 66-55. Still 1 minute left in the fourth. Looking like they're going to hold on to win this one. Goody crosses over Wilson in the backcourt. Right wing now drives in. Layup at the rim and one. Luke Goody, the strong finish. Make it 30 for the junior. And Homestead up 68-55, 52.5 seconds left in the fourth. 1 free throw coming for Luke Goody. Wilson was held to 2 points in the third quarter for Columbia City, but he's exploded at the end of the fourth as Hale Jordan checks into the game for the Eagles. Wilson 35 points, 17 in the second half. I believe 15 in the fourth quarter. Lots of threes. Goody's free throw. Short rebound pulled down by Crawford. Columbia City ball down 13, 50 seconds left in the ball game. Wilson, right wing, takes a contested three. Wide of the rim, Grinsfelder the rebound. Homestead pushing it other end. Archbold all alone just goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Homestead up 70, 55, 35 seconds left in the fourth. Bedwell left side, down low. Crawford left block, a floater on Grinsfelder. Nice little baby hook. Jackson Crawford, the two. Homestead up 70, 57, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Spartans gonna hold on to win this one. 15 seconds left. Goody dribbling it out near midcourt. Homestead 70, 57. They'll hold on to win. 5 seconds left. Goody still just dribbling it out. 3 seconds and the clock hits 0. Spartans advance to 10-4 on the year, winning 70 to 57. And Braden, what are your takeaways from this game?
Well, there was a little moment of embrace at the end between Luke Goody and Mitchell Wilson, who were the two leading scorers of the game, who really just drove this one to a high-scoring affair. Goody had 30. Wilson had 35. Wilson just, I mean, that is more than half of Columbia City's points. Meanwhile, Goody almost near half of Homestead's points. They really controlled the game. Sadly, Goody, his teammates seemed to really be on a point with him. Most of the starters were just really revolving around him, created a great game. Meanwhile, Wilson just didn't get the support that he needed to help Columbia City pull off the upset in this one.
Homestead holding on to win 70 to 57. Scoring summary for the Spartans. They were led by Luke Goody at a season-high 30 points. Second most points he scored as a Homestead Spartan. Andrew Leeper, 14 in his first game starting. Alec Grinsfelder with 14 as well. Archibald Rodenbush each with 5. And Caleb Kolping with 2. For Columbia City, it was the Mitchell Wilson show as he put on a phenomenal performance. 35 points. Michael Sievers had 8. Max Bedwell was 6. Jackson Crawford 4. Mason Baker and Gregory Bolt each with 2. Who would you call your player of the game?
Well, I mean, he certainly wasn't on the winning team, but I got to give it to Mitchell Wilson. He just shot incredibly in that game. Seemed like almost every three-pointer outside of one late in the game when he was just doing a little heat check seemed to go in. He had an incredible shooting game.
Now, when Homestead starts to get a little healthier, you hope they will, it'll be interesting to see how some of these new players fit in the lineup, because Andrew Leeper didn't play much for most of the year. Hadn't scored a point until the East Noble game. He's now scored 11 and had a double-double against East Noble and 14 points tonight against Columbia City in his first start. He's showing he belongs in the everyday rotation.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need extended minutes. After these 2 games, he tied his season high that he had against East Noble. So 2 really consistent games, 2 really strong games, really impressive. Expect double-digit minutes from this former bench warmer.
Andrew Leeper, 14 points on the game. Luke Goody leading the Spartans with 30. It was a pretty good offensive performance for Homestead throughout.
It certainly was. I mean, it was really a good offensive game for both teams since the defenses were kind of lackluster. However, Columbia City couldn't really do anything late, but Homestead continued to push the effort. Luke Goody had a great game. Grinsfelder shot well. Andrew Leeper, of course, he had a great shooting affair. Just a offensive showdown.
And we hope that you join us Friday as Homestead heads to Northside for a girls-boys doubleheader, with the girls' game starting at 6 and the boys to follow. We want to give a quick thanks to some of our sponsors, including Casa Ristorante, Moe's Southwest Grill, Arby's at Coventry, Salsa Grill, and Marco's Pizza at Illinois and Scott Road. We also want to give a very special thanks to Andy Dunn back in the studio for pushing the right buttons, along with on-site producer Adam Schenkel for taking care of the arena technology. Once again, your final score is Homestead 70, Columbia City 57 for Braden Carroll. I'm Donnie Harmon. Thank you for listening to another presentation of Homestead Spartan Basketball on the Point 91 FM. We will see you Friday.